Folks, how you all doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. So we're here today with Kingdom 406, 407, 408, 409, and 4010. I tried getting all the anime at home. I tried recording all the anime I had at home, and I thought, oh yeah, with manga, all I really need is just a second screen, and then I can read it while using my phone to record. I didn't get a laptop or a computer until pretty much yesterday. So here I am. Sorry about that. It's going to be a day late, but it's going to come up. It's going to be up a day late. I do apologize about that, but there's not much I could do there. I really tried my best. Now, as we were recording this on my phone, I have like a 20-minute limit. It's like a 25-minute limit, really. But I'm going to be ending it like after every like 10 minutes or so, and then put that file on the laptop and then delete it on the thing and then just continue basically. So you're gonna see like cuts every 10 minutes, but regardless, chapter 406. I actually quite like this room here because I can just, it almost feels like it almost feels like business. It feels like, yeah, let's get it. Let's read it. So I spent like a week in the woods, just building a house. Not just building a house, but primarily building a house, and like it was in like there's some rural areas basically. And since then, I've had like 50 insects bite me. It's like oh, just annoying. Regardless, folks. So we ended up really before you come into the state of I, Taigen, your Highness. A representative of Kanju has just arrived. So this is I. That's not the whole chapter. Come on, Manga Dex. That is not the whole chapter. What are you doing? Oh, that's why. That's what it is. No, let's put it all onto a single long strip. That's what it is. Because it was on a single page. I was like, that's a single page. That's not a whole chapter. Alright, everyone's obviously shook. There was like dancers going around. She was like a flower that bloomed in these times of strife. They're all like, You know what I'm doing. You know what they're doing. These flowers, wow. I give to you from a tall gentleman. For me, yeah, look, there is even gems. Are we allowed to take them? Who was it from... I wonder. My sincerest apologies. This was the best I could manage with the time I was allowed. That would be him. With your permission, next time I shall decorate the full span of your dancing stage. Well, not that it could even compare to the radiance that you give off. I am Ryui, a humble servant who makes a living trading between free states. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Chapter 406, Parting of Ways. Miss Jewel of Kantan. Look at her, all young. Look at her, all wicked. I mean, she still looks extremely young, but like just extremely evil. They do say evil's the new sexy. Just saying, all right? And here they both are. I've cleared out the room just for you. You may speak your mind, Chancellor of the State. Get on with you are covered in thorns. The pain from being continuously stabbed by your thorns have wiped away the radiant visage from our first meeting 21 years ago. And now, the Jewel of Kantan is a thing of the past. I don't want to hear that from you. You speak as if you weren't the culprit. We live in an age where the weak and foolish are devoured by the strong, regardless of if they are men or women. However, if you so wish, I am willing to pull out every single one of those thorns that are tormenting you, and I say that as the man who stabbed you with them in the first place. Don't make me laugh. How conceited can you get? By this point, there is no longer a single thing I desire from you. That is why I left Kanju and created the state of I, so I could be free to live here together with the man Really now? Come on, I don't believe that for a second. With the man I love. Whether it be you or say, I am sick of seeing your faces. And she fell in love with that man? That's right. He's 100 times more compassionate than you. And he's amazing down there too. You're the one who makes me want to laugh. Compared to the blazing hot passion we once shared between us, this little elopement of yours is like the childish nonsense of teenagers. I'm not a teenager, so I don't feel called out anymore, but damn, if I was a teenager, I'd feel called out. That's exactly what I mean by when I said that I was sick of looking at your face. I've had enough. Hurry up and speak your piece as a representative of Kanju Ryufui. There is nothing of the sort. If I wished to discuss political matters, I would have sent someone else. I came here to talk of something far more important. What is it? A parting of ways between two lovers. He's playing a smooth game, but I don't trust him for a second. She shouldn't trust him for a second. I don't trust her for a second. I don't trust any of these for a second. Everything they say is basically assumed to be a lie. That's basically all it is. I fear that this will truly be the end of what once existed between us. A bit late for that, don't you? Regardless of what your own thoughts were. My heart has always been with you, whether it be when I offered you up to the Shin King, or when I abandoned you to fend for yourself in Jiao, even when I was taken aback by how unsightly a transformation you had undergone. You see, Biki, the truth is Beauty, the Queen's nickname from her younger days. From that fateful day where I gifted you those flowers, I have always been unwaveringly in love with you. I almost feel like he's saying the truth there. Almost. And she's like, oh. Regardless of the past or what the future will bring, I imagine that you will always be the one and only woman to steal my heart. You have some nerve to be saying these things now, my dear Biki. Farewell. He's like leaving like an emperor, like a heart. May you spend the rest of your days here in restful peace. Look at him. He looks like an emperor. He's like, oh, farewell. My neck just cracked up like that. And he's off. Ryu actually couldn't manage to say anything. He came in here, said his monologue, and he walked out like, yeah, I'm the boss. Wait, what the hell is that man on about? Get him, you know. Though we may now go our separate ways, I will love you until the very end, Biki. Even if you find cause to hate me with even more passion in the future. And we go back to Shin, the capital. With the disturbance to the north and south due to Iron Chu, Shin could hardly allow the center to show any openings to Wei. Hence it was decided that a simple but nevertheless official award ceremony would be carried out at Choyo instead of recalling the men back at Kanju. Well, that was surprisingly fast. Actually, given his achievements, I'd say it should have happened even earlier. Are we talking about Ohon or come to think of it, should we be holding this in Kanju? Well, they're probably just trying to speed things up. Even in the midst of all the recent disturbances, Chief Shohei-kun's gaze has still remained sharp. Well, it's true that we're keeping control of the understaffed Sanjo and Choyo region. This is the best decision, yes. Please hurry, sir. Still, you know. I'm a bit surprised that he's accepted it so readily, yeah. For his achievement in the decisive victory of Choyo, as well as the following defense and construction efforts thereafter, it is my pleasure to declare that following Great General Mobu, General To is hereby elevated to become Shin's second Great General. We've got two of the Shin's. It's the reformation of the sixth Great General. Shin's second Great General. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Shakespeare. My thanks. Aye. That was chapter 406. Let's do 407. Everyone's celebrating Shin's second Great General. Does thou wear a rose, or does a rose wear you? The Great General. 5,000 man. Ooh, 5,000 man. Moving up. Moving on, we have two other officers due for a promotion. Kyokuho Unit 4,000 man Commander, Hishin Unit 4,000 man Commander Shin. Step forward. Alright, hold on, wait, the Hishin Unit as well? Shin, you did it. Damn nice, but everyone's achievements during Choyo were pretty damn huge. Maybe it's going to shoot all the way up to... Come on. For their valor in the last battle, where they bested the likes of Wei Fire Dragons Earl Shi and Reo, together with the continued defense of Choyo, both officers are hereby promoted to the rank of 5K Commander. 5K Commander. Pop chump. I hate the word, but pop chump. That's what comes to mind. What? Hell yeah! He's finally done it. 5,000 man commander. Just one more to go. Just one more, and Shin will be. Not to mention, Ohon only got promoted to 5. I think it's because he was too reckless. His plan hinged on him defeating, which was very, very reckless, I feel like. Maybe that's why he didn't get promoted like 2 steps. At last, Shin's Riff amazing. 10 donor, yeah. Why did Honsama receive the same promotion as Shin of the Hishin unit? That battle was won with the plan that Honsama came up with. No matter how you look at it, this doesn't make sense. Well, he probably barely missed the cut. I guess skipping a rank to jump all the way to general was out of the question after all. Go. Much less that idiot Shin, but even Ohon only made it to 5,000 man, eh? Phew. The rivalry. If he was promoted too much, you'd be like, ooh, the rivalry. It's at the same pace. Your ugly muck doesn't look like it's too happy with the results, but this is what the higher-ups have decided. I'll give it to you straight though. I'm pretty happy about it. You mean your achievements of accidentally stumbling upon a rail because you mistook him for Gohame? If it were me, I'd be dying of shame and having screwed up the chance of taking out the enemy commander-in-chief. But if you're happy with that, then I guess there is nothing more that needs to be said. Even then throws the shade at him. The hell did you just say? You bastard, how dare you kill Shin of the Hishin unit? No. There is an official ceremony. Following the ceremony, the Roku Omiyami and Gyokuho unit set out together. The Roku Omiyami and Gyokuho unit set out together towards the southern front, so as to assist the Mobu army in a clash against the Chu, the superpower of Chu. It didn't take long for you to assign Ohon to Roku Omi. Didn't take long. A 5,000 man commander is completely different compared to the ranks of 3 or 4,000. It is only through the eyes of being a 5,000 man commander, the rank directly below general, that one is able to understand what manner of existence a general truly is. The eyes of a 5,000 man commander, there are many new things that you will only experience from now onwards. That is why Great General To objected to Ohon skipping a rank and being promoted directly to general. Wait, what? Does that mean if you didn't oppose it, then Ohon would be general right now? Well, it seemed the Chief of Military Affairs was against it too, as to be expected of him. He understands well. The rank of 5,000 man commander is not merely a stepping stone to the rank of general. It is from now on that one must learn to stop relying on others while still being able to achieve results. Okay, well, it is only if you are able to accomplish this that you will truly become a general. With the absence of Rokuomi and Ohon, the responsibility of defending Choyo is heavier than ever. 5,000 man Commander Shin. We're going to quickly pause it here. 12 minutes in. I'm going to just quickly stop and then put a file, laptop, continue. I'll see you all in about 2 minutes. And we're back. I actually really like what Toe is basically saying, which is basically like you'll have the capability of becoming, generals. Yeah, I think you will become generals in the future, but I'll make you 5,000 man commander as of right now, just so you get a little bit of experience and prove yourself, to the fullest. And then in the future you'll be ready. So I really do like that, because it just shows you that he trusts them as well. You not just got Ohon's blessing, you not just got Dukiao's blessing, but you also got To's blessing. You are to attach yourself to Ryukuku and take the defense of Choyo into your own hands. Mr. Great General. Experience as a 5,000 man commander, the rank is just below general. Still. Finally, I'm just one last step away. Well, there's Great General 2, which is even further away, but first, General. Will you be able to make General in 5 years? If you do, then a general who sets out for conquest on my first decree will be you, Shin. 5 years, that's next year, isn't it? Say. He can do it. He will do it. He can do it. I don't know whether he will do it. Keyword, key phrasing here. Of course, I'm still sticking to the plan, but what about you? You said something about your coming of age ceremony next year being a turning point, didn't you? Ryokoku, which direction is Kanjo in, huh? It's that way. I see. You're making progress on your side too, say. And you just see Shin coming down the stairs like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm a badass. And we go back to the king, and say, Sire, the state of Ice growth just isn't stopping. Even Hakubi and Mayo seem to have joined their banners. A huge amount of money and people seem to be funneling in behind the scenes. We've also spotted the coming and going of delegates from other states. They appear to be conducting diplomatic negotiations. You just see the background there. The state of I, which had announced its independence without approval, was not collapsing as the world had expected, but rather increasing its strength as the days tricked by. It is said in history that the cloud reached such height that foreign diplomats did not know whether they should first pay their respects to Ruifui or to Ro-Ai. At ease. Even Ro-Ai's manner had changed slightly. An offering of 5,000 gold from the House of Mayron has just arrived. What? By Mayron do you mean House of Mayron from Zhao? To have sent 5,000 gold? What an astonishing number. The other states are bolstering our states of our strength. Well, that was our plan all along, but the sheer amount of aid we're getting has surpassed expectations. There's some things being done in the background. I don't know. What a waste. To think that we have to send half of that to Kanji. Fool. We do it so that we may protect our own interest here. Still, it's such a waste. How about we just spend that money in the military instead and take Kanju for ourselves? Don't go idiotically spouting such rash things. If we wanted to fight Kanju, we need 10 times our current goal in number of people. I was only joking. Move. She seems to always be in a bad mood recently. She's heartbroken. That's what it is. That cannot be helped. As a woman, the queen must find talk of warfare to be tiresome subject, and so in consideration for the queen's health, I believe we should proceed with making plans amongst the men folks only. Oh, you know that's a bad mess. You know that's a bad move. Make plans for what? Did your lordship not speak of it just now? Of course, the plans for laying siege to the capital of Kanjo. That's Kanji. Please come back inside, sire. The weather has become quite chilly as of late. Whenever this season comes around, I am reminded of my mother. Those days we spend wearing tattered clothes in a hovel. Here comes this damned season again, she would say, while clicking her tongue. Click. Your Majesty, if I maintain this rate of expansion, it's only a matter of time until they burst. And when that moment comes, I've always been concentrating solely on thinking of how to defeat a Ryofui. Perhaps it is also my duty to bring an end to my mother's suffering. My duty as a flesh and blood son. Sire. Intriguing. Very, very intriguing with what Ryofui said to chapter 406 and now with what Ace is saying in chapter 407. Very, very intriguing. And so begins a new year. Bling. Bling. Chapter 4, the decisive year. The decisive year. Then Gong. Shin's atmosphere is teeming with interest. Gong. The New Year's ceremony was held in Kanji. A happy New Year to you, your Majesty. May your fortune continue to prosper. 9th year of reign. Long live Shin. At long last, the year of Sei's coming of age ceremony had arrived. Ori-sama! I know. Can I leave now? Mope's like, come on, bro. You know, I'm not needed here. In other words, don't be like that, great General Mobu. It's been such a long time since all 5 of us were together. Let's go. Having reached the 9th year, this was the year that would see Sei's power struggle against Ruifui settled once and for all. Let us have a few drinks together. The 5, I completely forgot that Mobu was part of Ruifui's faction. Completely forgot that. Considering we've seen him so much and we've rooted for him so much that we might have to root against him. Ooh, I hope not. I hope that he just doesn't care. As well as the struggle against the faction that enabled this endgame to begin in the first place. Long live I. Long live I. Phew. You look pretty tired. How long have you been there? Just got it. What's up with you? Is this that difficulties of a 5,000-man commanders you were talking about? Yeah. Or more like the difficulties of having to deal with Ryukoku. I mean, for God's sake. I seriously didn't think you were such a pain in the ass. Why on earth didn't you hold the riverbanks? Isn't that elementary, you moron? You Watson? Also, your troops fall for feints far too easily. Can't you control your men, fool? It's your fault the enemy escaped. You weren't paying attention to what I was doing. And how come the construction work at your end is going so slowly? Are you managing the shifts? Think. that's beneath you or something. If things go tilt up, well, then it's all going to be your fault. All your fault. Every bloody time he nags me about this and that and won't ever shut up. And he picks about the smallest things too. Sounds like a leader. Not only that, the workers have been slacking off recently too, complaining about not getting a break for the new year. Thanks to that, our spot's progress is the only one that's falling behind more and more. And after all that, even BA and the guys start complaining to me about how they wanted to spend New Year's back at their own village. Here, Happy New Year. Well, I mean, it is New Year's, right? Yeah. Remember that panel? Remember that panel? Hey, Shin, I want your child. Getting closer. Oh, that reminds me. Ryokoku mentioned you in his rambling too, since you also got promoted to 3,000 man commander. 3,000 man commander during the ceremony. Able to lead 3,000 troops just by yourself. So combined with my 5,000, that makes up that's a small army. That makes up 8,000. Or if Kyukai continues serving as the Hishin unit's lieutenant, then it would mean the Hishin unit would become an 8,000 man unit, meaning that you would be in charge of a body of soldiers that surpasses the scale that suits your current rank. It doesn't make sense that the Kyukai unit would consider itself bound to your Hishin unit. Wow. I know, right? Totally unit picks about the tiniest details. Well, what he says is true, but I won't go independent. I will stay with the Hishin unit until the very end, yeah. I'll tell him that he can make of it whatever he wants. Alright, good. Good. Still, even with all these issues popping up left and right, the construction work seems to be going pretty well, I suppose. To speed things up, we even separated the workers into different groups and told them we'd pay a bonus to the best ones from me and Ten's own pockets. And during the times when they still refuse to work, I have to personally go down there and kick their butts, and it's like doing it myself. I'll do it fine. I'll do it myself. So that's why sometimes that's why I sometimes hear them call you foreman. But all that adds up to me having to rely on you constantly to keep an eye on the front line. Sorry about that, Kyukai. I'll never forgive you. Can you give to the rest already? Just look at that, Kyukai. Once the outer wall we're working on now is complete, we'll have fulfilled the minimum requirements for a defensive fort, and then we'll finally be able to go back on the offensive. Yep. Great General Toe has already begun preliminary investigations to our next two targets, N and Hoyo. We've finally secured our foothold in Choyo, and now it's time to begin the Wei conquest campaign. But in spite of that, the situation back home still seems to be a mess. It'll all be settled this year, and that's true. For me too. Well, probably. I mean, there's like 2 months left, so probably. I'm assuming it's all going to be settled this year. 2 months, 5 episodes a week, that's 8 weeks. 8 times 5, 40 chapters. Perhaps, maybe not, maybe. I don't know. Kanju. The fabric shall be this one. Yes, sire. I'll have this dragon as the decoration. As for the fish, this white one here. Your Majesty overflows with kindness. We shall put our very little soul into this endeavour. At long last, we've reached a point where preparations for the coming of age ceremony have begun. To think that 8 years ago we were driven so far into a corner that the king even had to flee the royal palace by himself. And from the edge of the abyss, we have somehow made it this far. If we are able to hold the ceremony successfully, His Majesty will be publicly acknowledged as the rightful king of Shin, leading to all the currently neutral parties entering our fold. And of course, that will result in our faction's victory. Hence, it's unthinkable that Ryufui will just idly sit by and allow us to have our way. My lord, 1,000 fresh soldiers have just arrived. Good work. Assign them to strengthening our defense and guarding our VIPs such as Princess Rui and Mr. Shi. We cannot afford to lose even a single member before the ceremony, okay? Yes, sir. It's Hecky Bro. Let's get that right. Our men who are keeping tabs on Ryufui are making sure that even the most insignificant members are under tight observation. We have spies infiltrating their camp as well, but I imagine that it goes for them too. I will not allow even a single one of Ryufui's action to escape my notice. We'll see about that. Ryufui-sama! Shogunkin surveillances have proven himself to be more troublesome than we expected. We've managed to identify nearly all of the king's agents in. If it's that easy, what's the point of even having agents? But I'm afraid there are still a fair number of turncoats amongst our camp. If we are to attempt anything, that I would strongly recommend exercising the utmost caution. There is no need for that. After all, It won't be us making the move. State of I. Announcing Joukei-sama, delegate of the King of Zhao, as well as Hokure-sama, representative, representing the true king's interest. At ease, at ease. Wahahaha. Look, there are so many people who wish an audience at the hall can't even hold them. And dear me, it looks like we'll have to expand the hall already. The true king conveys his sincere congratulations to I for its rise to power. Furthermore, it is His Majesty's belief that Rou-ai-sama is a man of exceptional promise. The true king thinks indeed, His Majesty even went as far as to say that if this land is to be known as the State of I, then shouldn't it only be fitting for Rou-ai-sama, who stands above it all, to be named king? The Queen will have a word, and the Queen wants to have a word with that. Oh, an excellent idea. His Majesty, the King of Zhao, made the very same statement. What? Rou-ai-sama, this means you've been approved by 2 kings already. Congratulations. No. I'll have to discuss it with the Queen. Congratulations. What, me? Me, as king? Long live the King of I. Long live the King of I. Long live the king. Yeah, no. They're playing 3D chess in the background. You've outdone yourself, Choco. Thank you, Your Highness. With your permission, I would like to utilize Your Highness's right to change the law to make a few adjustments. I leave it all to you. There's a fair number of our officials who have decided to switch over to the other states. We must purge ourselves of them now. Cuckoo. Granted, it was the highest priority to expand to a point where other powers could not strike at us easily. But it wouldn't be a laughing matter if we lost control and were overthrown already. Wouldn't you say, Choco? You may count on me. You may count on me. Okay. Check it out. Okay. Check it out. Everyone's doing a move right now. Everyone's playing a 3D chess right now. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it continues. Chapter 409. Gather under this flag. The man who was nothing. The man who was nothing. Now is a period where we should lie low and bide our time. I do believe we cautioned you to tone down on any activities that may raise attention. Did we not? Minister of I, Ko-Reki. General Hanuki. Who is this fellow now? General of I, Hanuki. Where did he come from? It was hardly anything worth mentioning. We were simply conducting some mock battles as part of the morning training regimen. I have no... Oh, okay, well... Somebody likes gore. I like gore. So, hey, I'd probably be like that. But I have more respect for the dead, though. I have no idea what tribe that village even belonged to, but they held out for surprisingly long, so we were able to get some good training in. Wouldn't you agree, Father? I tell you again, General, now is the time where we must conceal our fangs from Kanjo's gaze, all for the sake of the decisive moment. I am aware of that, Minister Koriki. However, our armies have already been rallied, and without a suitable outlet to direct their stress, I fear they will begin to collapse from the inside out. Such are the problems that a general must face, Father. The issue is that we still have not received a clear-cut date for this decisive attack, Minister. If you continue to waste our time like this, then I'm afraid it is only a matter of time before all the tribes in the region are wiped out. There is no need to worry. The hour draws very near. Clink! Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, O King of I, Your Majesty. Oh, they keep going. They keep telling him, oh, Your Majesty this, Your Majesty that. I told you to stop with the Your Majesty thing. Now the Queen is going to. No. It's not as if there's any harm to it, sir. After all, it's not as if we're declaring it to the outside world. Rou-ai, do not let yourself be carried along by the shenanigans any further, Your Majesty, King of I. Now that I think about it, it's terrifying how, without me even noticing, I've somehow turned into a man who is called king. Me, a man without any redeeming qualities, being called king. And before we go into his backstory, I'm going to be right back. Let's continue. So, backstory time. I was born into an ordinary family with a father that worked as a low-ranking official. Kill the pig! He's cut it out, guys. Always sweating everything. Even back in my younger days, I was rather big. But since I wasn't strong or smart, I was often bullied. But even when I grew up, I didn't have the courage to go to the battlefield. Nichan, I'm off, Roy. Good luck. Of course, women didn't pay me any attention either. What's she looking at? Thanks to my father's connection, I was somehow able to land a job as a low-ranking civil servant. Even then, I had no talent for the job. The only thing of note I did was hold vulgar performance to entertain the middle and high-ranked officials night after night. What? We're just gonna skip right over that panel. All right, we're not even gonna talk about. I know me not talking about it. Me saying I'm not gonna talk about it. It's basically me talking about. But we're just gonna. But who would have guessed what would lead to a reversal of my fate when I dressed up as an eunuch and was smuggled into the royal harem? So you would be to become the partner of that queen mother of all people. So you would be, Roi. Yes, ma'am. Right. Please stop, Your Highness. I can't take any. Oh, she's got that fierce look on, like a rabid dog. The first time we did it, I was scared out of my. I would be too. And you know what? I wouldn't. I'd probably like it. Me, I'd be like, ooh. Let's see who's got more passion. Let's see who's got more passion. Every night, the queen would throw herself into the act like a demon. But one night, I saw it. The queen, her face twisted with pleasure, was crying. Looking into those eyes, even someone as thick as me could tell that this. My foot was falling asleep. That this was a woman who had been deeply wounded in the course of her life. She must have suffered in a way that I couldn't even imagine, more than anyone in the world. Those wounds have never healed, but have been left to fester and continue tormenting her. Your Highness, I was simply summoned to be an outlet for her pain, but I think it was from that night on that I began to think of the Queen as... He's like, okay, now I'm doing it. Now I'm the one on top. I decided to myself that I would do everything I could to help her forget the pain, even if it was only for a single instant. And that's it, Roi. So that I would never have to see her cry again, Roi. Of course, to the Queen, I was nothing more than a tool for sating her lust. But I didn't mind. Even if it meant being treated as a mere prostitute, I would gladly oblige. Because for the first time in my life, I felt like someone needed me, Your Highness. You are with child? I'm sorry. How could this be? Naturally, an abortion would be required, but it will damage the Queen's health too. It is all my fault, Roi. I've decided to keep it. And that's where it all began. You must not, Your Highness. Please, anything but. You dare to voice your objection, Roi. Not at all, Your Highness. The fact that Your Highness is willing to give birth to my child fills me with so much happiness that I feel I could fly in the sky. But still, that cannot be allowed to happen. It will lead to the path of ruin. It would be impossible to raise the children without the outside world finding out. And once it's exposed, Your Highness will without a doubt be gravely punished by the king. That cannot be allowed to happen. On the path to ruin, is that what you said, Roi? Please, Your Highness, forgive me. My life brought me down that path since long ago. What is there left to run? What is there left to ruin, Your Highness? But don't go getting the wrong idea, Roi. I am not doing this out of some self-destructive tendency to see myself into an early grave. In fact, with this child inside me, I instead feel a complete opposite desire welling up. A complete opposite desire, that's right. The desire to rest and heal my heart. And with the birth of our children, there is no going back, which is why we've come to where we are now with the state of I. No, it's not because there is no longer any going back. It is because the state of I is a place where the Queen can soothe the pain in her heart that we have come this far. A place where she can heal her wounds and forget the past. A place that she has always been looking for. A place where she can feel safe. Dear God, all of a sudden, events of late have made me lose sight of myself. Let's go. I must get a grip on myself. Even if I only stand as a ruler of I, as a joke, I must not allow any disturbances to affect us. Roi-sama, begging your pardon, not even the slightest hint. Minister Kouriki, you're to hereby forbid any mention of kingship. Make sure the others abide by this too, so that the Queen will not weep again. As you wish, but sir, we've received pressing news. The report we've received from Kanjo seems to indicate that both knowledge of both Roai-sama's adultery with the queen mother as well as your two children have spread within the court. Let's see what happens now. I am told that Kanjo has already begun to quietly muster an invasion force to lay siege to our fair land of Ai. If we do not take this opportunity to strike first, then I fear that everything we own shall turn to ash. I want to see. Let's go to the next chapter. I want to see his reaction. That's the main thing here. I want to see his reaction. So 410. The situation keeps evolving by the minute. Chapter 410. Choose one of two. One of two. Your Highness, everyone is waiting for you in the second hall. I understand. Your Highness, my utmost apologies for this blunder. If only I had been paying closer attention. If you have time to sit here and weep, then use it to find us a way out of this mess. I want to see their reaction. What the next move is going to be. Just in the background, I see him like, oh, slide out. With the cat already out the back, we cannot simply sit idly by and wait for Shin's inevitable attack. Against the mighty power of Shin, there is only one possible course of action we can take, and that is to launch a surprise attack on them while their guards are down. We need not burden Her Highness with this matter. Simply give me your word, Roai-sama, and I, your humble servant Koriki, shall handle the rest. Shall I take your silence as consent? Well then, you must not take actions of your own accord. We must first discuss the matter with everyone as well as the queen. Do you understand? They're like, this guy. We want it to be the rulers. Yes, sir. As your lordship says. Now, how does it look inside, sir? Now that we've reached a 10th day, the number of people opposing the plan has dwindled down. Just one more nudge and they will collapse. I had thought about isolating the sly queen. We would be able to immediately rally the armies. I never expected Roai would prove a problem. But that doesn't matter anymore. Creak. Because no matter how they struggle, Ai's inevitable rampage can no longer be stopped. Let's see about that. It's already been 10 days. Why have you still not given us your answer? Every minute wasted is precious. Kanjo has probably spent the last 10 days secretly rallying an army, but we should first send some people to try and negotiate. Do you really think Kanjo's anger can be quelled through only words? The Queen and Roai-sama have had children. Not only did they break the greatest taboo of the royal harem, but now 2 children who are capable of inheriting Shin's throne have suddenly appeared in Ai as well. There is no doubt Kanjo will be coming to wipe us off the map to prevent any future risk. We have no choice but to act. We must take this chance to strike the first blow before the Shin armies close in on our borders. Roai-sama, your Highness. We knew the two of you had an ongoing affair, but we never thought you would actually have children. In a way, it could be said you deceived us all. It's all too late to cry over spilt milk now. Please take responsibility by giving your consent to raising the army, your Highness. But will we really stand a chance against Kanjo and Shin, aren't we? Don't underestimate us eunuchs. We're the mighty state of Ai that unified the region of Taigen. With our single corps, we can gather tens of thousands of soldiers. Not to mention, we have distinguished officers such as General Hanuki leading, and they have 5 more generals that are on the same level, if not higher, as Hanuki leading the men too. If we can strike the first blow, there is no doubt we will win. That is why the time is of the essence. It's spread. Even the inner circles have been taken up with their plan. The one spurring on this whole mess is Minister Koriki, who first prompted Roai to raise the army. Most of the men taking his side were probably bribed by him, but that isn't a sum that can be afforded by someone of his rank. I am sure his homeland of Chu must be supporting him from behind. Most likely, Koriki was always an underling of the Chu king and was sent to infiltrate our cause. Nothing would make Chu happier than a conflict within Shin. I am sure I warned all the upper echelon of our staff of this. According to Choko, the matter of our children being exposed is a major factor in our court being stirred up by Koriki. Please make a decision, your Highness. But the problem is the fact that the info was leaked in the first place. We took enough precautions that our children's existence should have been completely secret until we arrived in Taigen Queen. Right now, you're probably wondering just how things ended up like this. You're wondering at what step of your plan did you let slip the existence of your children. The truth is, your concealment was seamless. Your entire journey, starting from the former capital of Yo to Sanjo to then Taigen, not a single person has managed to sniff out your children along the way. Yes, it was absolutely perfect. However, back in Yo, when you first gave birth, there was a certain person who was aware of your children, and that person was the one who clack. It's time we delved into this finishing blow to the pitiful. It's time we delivered the finishing blow to this pitiful woman. I understand that everyone must be outraged, but we are almost out of time. Sitting here arguing without coming to a conclusion is the same as waiting for the Shin army's arrival. And if I were to fall, then all of us will be charged with treason and subject to the punishment of 9 familial exterminations. 9? That's a... he's staring up the people that way. Now that matters have come this far, we must choose one of 2 paths to take. The first is get rid of them and take action. The second is to listen to them and be destroyed. It's to do just as everyone here has been clamoring on about, to raise an army and launch a surprise attack on Kanjo. But even assuming we did that, will we really be able to win? Even the coalition army wasn't able to reach Kanjo. We can. The truth is that right now the entire region of central Shin, including Kanjo itself, is short on troops. The main bulk of Shin's military has been dispatched to the south to intercept the Shu's invasion. And due to the Wei invasion campaign having just begun, Central Shin has been sending various units to reinforce the east. The only reason they were able to hold out during the clash against the coalition army was because they were feeling every single resource they had available. But right now the situation is the complete opposite. Central Shin lies unguarded. There is no better situation we could hope for. Oh, sounds good, we can do this. The heavens themselves favor us. They wish us to take Kanjo, your highness. Idiots. Then what is the second option, Koriki Dono? The second option, in the event that we do not choose to raise an army, then we must behead the queen in Rowai-sama at this very moment. And we must do the same to the 2 children and send all 4 heads to Kanjo in hopes of them forgiving us. Well, I think the queen is just like... She's got her plans. She's going to say something in a second or do something. All, your highness, put away your swords. Even if this isn't the main hall, this is a court. That is how desperate the circumstances are. We hope you understand. How dare you pointing your sword at the queen? Put it down right now, Koriki. What of my children? It is just as you imagine. They have already been secured and are being held at my estate. Out of my way. Oh, he snapped. Get out of my way, Koriki, you bastard. I'll never forgive you. You son of a bitch. I'll never forget this. Stop struggling or we'll stab you. Stop it, Rowai. Pant. This cannot be delayed any further. Your decision, please, your highness. Hurry up and choose, your highness, whether to die or to raise the army. Surely it's not... If they raise an army, they win. You're gonna die. That's the key thing here. It's not that difficult of a choice. Your highness, even if we did choose to raise an army, and by some stroke of fortune actually managed to capture Kanju, what then? Do we use Koriki as a middleman to forge an alliance with Chu, obtaining Shin for ourselves? You must be joking. Didn't I say I was tired of all that nonsense? That said, if we do nothing, then everything will end here. Cuckoo. If I knew that all that awaited me was the sort of ridiculous ending, then I would have ended it all earlier. I guess in the end, hoping for a peaceful days was just too wishful of a dream for someone whose life had already been ruined. Hurry up and she just grabs him by the ball like, yo, son, shut the fuck up. Very well. If it is your wish to see me keep dancing until I breathe my last, then I will gladly oblige you, O heavens. Squeezed the juice out of him. And not in the way that you usually think. Then in exchange, I pose a question to all of you. Do you yourself possess the resolve to see this through to the end? Do not give me excuses like I only went along with it because everyone else did. If we are to fight, then I will have you accompany me until the very end, no questions asked. Are you willing to crush Kanju, usurp the throne together with my children, and establish a new dynasty? If we succeed, then all of you and your family shall know riches and power you've only dreamed of. I'll do it. No, let's do it. We can win this. Yes, your highness. Let us grab this with our own hands. Yes, your highness. We will be victorious. What? Then it's decided. Has your highness a specific target in mind? Indeed, I do. The timing will be 1 month from now. The ceremony that will be held at the former capital of Yu. when all the figures of note, such as the king, the Ryufu, and the chancellors, will be leaving Kanjo for Yo. We will attack on the Shin King Asa's coming of age set. Everyone's attacking the coming of age ceremony. Oof. Oof. It feels like they're setting off like the biggest event ever. Like the biggest event ever. Like the Royal Rumble. Like everyone's going to come in one after another and just pull their strings. I went into this video, these chapters, with the mindset of we've had some pretty cool internal strife. Now it feels like that internal strife is about to become massively, massively, massively external. And I'm all for it. I can't wait. I want to see what happens next. So folks, unfortunately I have to call it quits for today, but I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out and bye.